If you've been saving up for a smartphone upgrade, you're in for a treat. We've prepared the list of the best Android smartphones that money could possibly buy in 2020, comprised of the releases of some of the most influential brands, such as Google, Samsung, and OnePlus. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get started. Ever since the first Google Pixel was released back in 2016, the brand kept improving the design, which leads us all the way up to 3A that we're now introducing you to. We should mention that a newer version exists, Google Pixel 4, but due to the fact that it's still a bit buggy, we think that 3A offers substantially more value for the money. Let's get started with the basics. Google Pixel 3a features a 5.6 OLED display with 2220 by 1080 pixel resolution, boasting 16 million color shades. It features Asahi's Dragon Trail glass protection, which is a feature we could have also seen equipped on some of the previous Pixel designs. In terms of its body, the Pixel 3a's dimensions measure 5.96 inches by 2.75 inches by 0.32 inches, and it weighs roughly 5.2 ounces. Both its size and its weight can be described as average. Now, let's continue on to the main features. Processor and graphics. The Pixel 3a comes with pre-installed Android version 9.0, although it can be upgraded to version 10.0 for a bit of extra cash. The chipset this smartphone comes supplied with is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 670. It sports an 8-core 4GHz CPU and Adreno's 615 graphics processor unit. It's slightly disappointing to see that the smartphone doesn't feature a memory card slot, although it does pack 64GB of internal storage space and 4GB of RAM. The Pixel 3a sports two cameras. Its main camera features 12.2 megapixels, dual LED flash, panorama settings, and HDR, and it can take 4K videos at 30 frames per second, which is certainly amazing. The selfie camera is relatively weaker with 8 megapixels and 1080p capability at 30 frames per second. Some of the most notable features of this smartphone include the fingerprint sensor, the accelerometer, gyro sensor, proximity sensor, a compass, and a barometer, all of which offer convenience in various life situations. Overall, the Pixel's 3a packs quite a punch for the buck, especially knowing that it doesn't really even cost that much in comparison to some of the latest smartphone launches. Samsung's Galaxy S10 has been around ever since March 8, 2019, and what's really interesting to see is that it's still one of the best-selling smartphones a year later. Enough time has passed for us to see it in action, and we can say with certainty that it's one of the best-rounded, most versatile smartphones Samsung has released up to date. Now, let's see what's so special about it. First things first, this smartphone features a very sleek, lightweight design. Its dimensions measure 6.20 inches by 2.92 inches by 0.31 inches, and it weighs a mere 6.17 ounces. The Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus is made of thin but incredibly sturdy ceramic, and even without the various protective films, it's capable of enduring decades of use. Speaking of which, it features 3 layers of Gorilla Glass and an aluminum frame for extra sturdiness, which only goes to show that it was certainly built to last. Let's move on to its display. This smartphone features a dynamic AMO LED touchscreen with 16 million color shades. The size of the screen is roughly 6.4 inches, and it boasts approximately 88.9% screen-to-body ratio. The maximal resolution this smartphone can achieve is 1440 by 3040 pixels at 19:9 widescreen resolution ratio. This smartphone comes with a pre-installed Android 9.0 OS just like Pixel 3a, and it can be upgraded to version 10.0. Its chipsets are Exynos 9820 for the European market and Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 for the USA and Chinese markets. Some of the things you'll probably like the most about Galaxy's S10 Plus regards its CPU and GPU. Namely, it features an octa-core Mongoose M4 Cortex-A75 CPU and Mali's G76 MP12 GPU for the EU market. The alternative version involves an octa-core Cairo 485 CPU and Adreno's 640 GPU for the USA and Chinese markets. It also sports 128GB of internal memory, 8GB of RAM, and is compatible with micro SDXC cards. Camera-wise, this smartphone features two 12MP and a single 16MP cameras packed with various zoom settings, super steady video features, panorama, auto HDR, and other camera-based features. Even though it's slightly pricier than your average budget Android smartphone, it's immeasurably more versatile than a lot of its similarly priced counterparts. While the original Google Pixel 4 isn't that much better than Pixel 3a, there's actually a world of differences between these two and the Pixel 4 XL. Namely, Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL are worlds apart specs-wise, and we're here to explain every little detail that sets them apart. First of all, this remarkable smartphone was released on October 22nd of last year, and despite the fact that it's still relatively young to the market, it features monster specs, advanced technologies, and a couple of features we loved so much that were introduced to us via its predecessors. Its dimensions measure 6.31 inches by 2.96 inches by 0.32 inches, which means that it's the thinnest smartphone of the three we've reviewed so far. It's also incredibly light, weighing approximately 6.81 ounces. Again, we're able to see the use of Gorilla Glass in the front and back while the frame is comprised of aluminum materials. What's also interesting to see is that the smartphone actually features an IP68 waterproof rating, which means that it can be submerged in water up to 1.5 meters for about 30 minutes. The display equipped to this smartphone boasts 16M colors and is 6.3 inches in size. It sports the resolution of 1440 by 3040 pixels, as well as HDR screen protection. This is also the first Android smartphone model that comes with pre-installed Android 10 OS. Specs-wise, Pixel 4 XL features Qualcomm's Snapdragon 855, an octa-core Kryo 485 CPU, and Adreno 640 GPU, which isn't anything revolutionary, but it still puts it in the same basket with some of the best performing models up to date. Just like its predecessor, this model does not support a memory card slot, and it features only 64GB of internal memory backed with 6GB of RAM. Alternatively, you could purchase the 128GB memory version for a bit of extra cash. Now, we did mention that this model has the best cameras, and here's why in a nutshell. It sports two main cameras. The first boasts 12.2 megapixels, and the second, main one, boasts 16. Even the selfie camera sports 8 megapixels and auto HDR features. The reason why OnePlus 8 Pro is our top premium pick is that it's one of the youngest top-shelf smartphones available on the market. Namely, it was released a mere month ago, April 21st of this year, and even though it does cost slightly more than most people would be comfortable with, it offers premium quality specs and features. The OnePlus 8 Pro features a beautiful sleek design and dimensions that measure 6.51 inches by 2.93 inches by 0.33 inches. It weighs slightly more than our previous picks with 7.02 ounces of weight. Just like most top quality smartphones, OnePlus 8 Pro packs Gorilla Glass on back and front and a frame made of ultra sturdy aluminum. It also boasts an IP68 water resistance rating and dual SIM card slots. The display of OnePlus 8 Pro is what makes it so unique and exquisite. Namely, it's supplied with a fluid AMO LED touchscreen that boasts a 1B color spectrum, which is something only a handful of Android smartphones can brag about. Its display is 6.78 inches big and sports 1440 by 3168 pixels resolution. We would love to see Gorilla Glass 6 replacing the GG5 protection, but that's not so much of a deal breaker as the rest of the construction is super sturdy. This Android smartphone comes with a pre-installed Android 10 operating system. It is equipped with the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 SM8 250 chipset, and it sports octa-core Kryo 585 CPU and Adreno 650 GPU. Again, even though the features aren't exactly too exquisite or new, they're proven to work great for most high-end smartphones that are currently on the market. The main camera of OnePlus 8 Pro is comprised of two 48 megapixel cameras, one 8 megapixel camera, and one 5 megapixel camera. Basically, shots that are taken through these cameras sometimes make people doubt the authenticity of real life, which is the extent of how great the quality of these cams is. Even the selfie camera sports 16 megapixels, which is more than a huge array of boutique smartphones can boast about. Let's pull down the curtains with Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. It was released only a couple of months ago and is currently considered as one of the strongest Android smartphones on the market. The dimensions of the smartphone measure 6.37 inches by 2.9 inches by 0.31 inches, and it weighs a mere 6.56 ounces. Unsurprisingly, it packs a full GG6 construction and a reinforced aluminum frame, a single SIM card, although hybrid dual SIM version is available, and an IP68 waterproof rating. This is one of the only smartphones that features AMO LED 2X touchscreen, although it boasts only 16M colors, which are nothing in comparison to OnePlus 8 Pro, which boasts a billion. The size of the display measures 6.7 inches and it supports 1440 by 3200 pixel resolution. Some of the most important features this Android smartphone is equipped with are the octa-core Mongoose M5 CPU and Mali G77 MP11 GPU backed by Exynos 990 chipset. It also sports 128 GB of internal memory and 8 GB of RAM memory. In terms of camera, Galaxy S20 Plus features a 64 megapixel main camera, two 12 megapixel side cameras, and a 10 megapixel selfie camera. In short words, this is currently one of the best Android smartphones that money can buy. So if you're looking for quality and are not afraid to pay top dollar for it, this might be the perfect choice for you. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time, see you guys later.